In this video, I'll be breaking down 5 development projects that are coming to Detroit by 2030 and will change the landscape of Detroit forever. And I'll be saving my favorite one on this list for the end. All right, starting off the list is gonna be the Fisher Auto Body Plant redevelopment. So for years, the Fisher Auto Body Plant has been sitting here blighted, hanging out, just hopeless and not knowing what the heck to do. The city took it over way back in the day, I think in the early 2000s, and it's just been sitting dormant. That is until now. So there's a plan now to redevelop the entire space. It's gonna be over $100 million put into this space and redeveloping it, reinfusing it with life, but still keeping some of its industrial historic characteristics, changing this over into about 430 residential apartments. You're gonna be getting some new shops, some added community spaces, and of course, some restaurants. In line with keeping some of its industrial components, you're gonna be getting a lot of lofts that'll be down here, some rooftop spaces, and also some co-working amenities to, have people be more of a co-living feel. And that's something you're gonna see throughout the years of having more co-living spaces for sure. And this project pretty much will bridge the gap and reconnect the North End with Midtown. So this is one definitely excited about. All right, I know I said my favorite one's gonna be last, but this one's definitely a close second. So that's gonna be KSM Detroit. This is gonna be a 12,000 LED, fully immersive dome. So they have them already in Dallas, I know for sure, in a couple other major cities throughout the country. But man, this place is amazing. So what it is pretty much huge screens that cover pretty much the entire, ceiling or whatever, huge screen, right? But it makes you feel like you're there when you're watching a sports game or something like that. So you can do it for basketball, soccer, football, all the sports, right? But it's kind of like a theater-like setting because you sit there and then it's almost like having a humongous 3D goggles in your face and you're watching all the plays and things happen and it feels like you're there, like a guy just caught the touchdown right in front of you. So this is gonna be huge. Detroit is a humongous sports town. We have all the 4 major sports and adding on to it. This is gonna be a huge draw for the city and it's gonna get a ton of business once it opens. So it's gonna be slated to be going into District Detroit area, so surrounding Little Caesars, Ford Field, around all of our major sports areas already. I believe it's slated to be opening in 2026 because it's already in the works. I don't even think it's completely near Little Caesars. I think it's actually closer to the heart of downtown Detroit, and I'm pretty sure that's the case. But either way, it's gonna be in the downtown vicinity or downtown area, so bringing more of the downtown tourism and nightlife to life. And I'm extremely excited for that one. All right, keeping in line with our theme of sports, the next one on the list is going to be the DCFU Sports Complex, or the sports stadium that's going to be opening up for Detroit's soccer team. So Detroit has a soccer team here that a lot of people are getting behind, but they just don't have big enough stadium or nice enough stadium for the following that they currently have. So that's why we're going to be building them out a whole new stadium that's going to be in Corktown. It's gonna be in the site of the old Southwest Hospital, and this thing is gonna be awesome. Slated to hold about 15,000 seats. It's gonna be right there on Michigan Ave or off Michigan Ave, and it's gonna bring a ton of people to the area and the community to enjoy soccer and open them up to a sport that, historically we haven't held on too much. The stadium is definitely gonna revitalize so many other parts of the city. I mean, it's in Corktown, but technically it's really, really close to Southwest Detroit. And so I'm thinking that it's gonna help a ton immensely that part of Southwest Detroit, bringing a lot of tourism and a lot of new shopping, restaurants, developments to the space. So this is one we're definitely looking out for because Detroit is definitely starting to love their soccer.
Hey guys, it's Ed Butler. I love making these videos, but there's only one thing I love more, and that's helping you and your family move and relocate to Detroit from all over the US and sometimes to the other country. I've helped countless families make that move, and so whether you're looking to move here next week, next month, or even next year, feel free to reach out. I love to help. My contact information is right here on the screen or down below just in case you missed this pop-up, and I look forward to helping you and your family make the move to Detroit.
Next one on the list that we're gonna have is the Helen Moore Community Center right over there in Dexter Linwood, which is on the west side of the city. Helen Moore is a activist that has been an advocate for Black and brown children for her entire career, specifically in the education realm, and this is an awesome thing to be able to put in her name and her honor to give back to communities, inner city communities, right? We're getting a little bit away from downtown, so it's showing the development that is happening inside the city as well, and not just downtown. So this one is going to have, after school programs. It's going to have programming for learning for children, entertainment, all that, activities to do, events, all of that in this community center is getting built out in the neighborhood. This one's a really cool one, and it's gonna be opening pretty soon. It's gonna have a huge impact on the city, so that's awesome. And last but not least, my favorite on this list, because I think it's gonna be the most impactful for the city and the future of the city, right? And that's gonna be the JW Marriott Hotel opening up downtown attached to our convention center, which is the Huntington Place. So this is gonna be a ultra luxury 25-story, 600 luxury room hotel space that's going to connect Huntington Place and the Riverwalk. So planning, what you're gonna be able to do is go into the Huntington Place, for conventions and things like that. Stay at the JW Marriott, which if you know anything about the JW Marriott all over around this country, it's an amazing property. Every one of them is really nice, really legit. I know I used to stay at one that was in Phoenix, Arizona. They had a golf course attached to it, one of the nicer golf courses in all of Phoenix attached to it. And so you won't have a golf course on this one, but the luxury feel will definitely still be intact. And then that will connect you to the Riverwalk. So you'll be able to walk from the Riverwalk to your hotel, to the Huntington Place. And this is going to attract so many more businesses and conventions to host corporate events and gatherings right here in the city, which ultimately brings more money to the city. Also, something to note about that is it makes Detroit more attractive, because one thing Detroit is missing is why we not necessarily can't host, but we're not really selected to host, places like the Super Bowl or Final Fours or whatever other sporting events or whatnot that have selection, criteria or whatnot to go, out. That's because we don't have enough hotels. We don't have enough hotels here in the city to accommodate all the traffic and all the people that will come here and try to stay. The city just showed cause with the NFL draft being here a couple years ago, and that was a great showing. But we need more and more if we ever want to bring back, like, let's say the Olympics, or let's say bring back the Super Bowl. So, or something crazy like the World Cup. So anyway, that's just a Detroiter thinking out loud and dreaming out loud. But we do know from the planning committees that we need more hotels, and this is going to be a very attractive one to help with the overflow of rooms that we need downtown. So there you have it, 5 different developments that are going to be shaping the future of downtown. These are just 5 that I haven't really talked about in videos. There's a ton of other developments happening that you can check in other videos, and I'll be making more because there's a bunch of other developments that left off this list. Which one of these developments are you most excited about? Leave it down in the comments and tell me, some things that you're excited about and what's interesting about them. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.